Well, we started down here in 2012, actually across the street in a building that we rented, and then quickly expanded over to the other side. So we were renting 2 buildings when our place at 300 West Muskogee came up for sale. And I called my mom, asked her if we could buy it, and she said that she didn't want any part of it at her age. So I called my husband and he said, let's do it. We spent about 8 months renovating this old hardware store. And so we've been open about 8 years before the tornado hit, and our building was actually built in 1924, so it turned 100 years old this year. It was a normal, regular day. We were open that day. It was a Saturday, so the girls had gone home, locked up at 5:30 and went home. Then we started hearing, all day we heard that there were going to be severe storms and possible tornadoes in our area, which 5 or 6 years ago there was one that came about 4 miles north of town that did a lot of destruction. But again, our building was 100 years old, so nothing ever hit downtown, at least in the last 100 years. And so we were watching the news, and our phone started going off about 10:30, and it was our alarm system on our phones. And so we tried to pull up our cameras, and they were dead. So I called Mom. There was another tornado also headed up the same route, so we had to wait for it because we live 20 miles north, and it was coming right up Highway 177, the highway that we take to get here. And we ran over to get her after that second threat it had passed, and came down, and we drove all around town because the whole town was flooded as well. So we drove all around town to try to get in, and we came in on the west end of Muskogee, and we pulled up as far as we could get was over in front of that Mahota over there, and there were down power lines everywhere. We were down here before the emergency vehicles, and so there were just random people just throwing things out of the road to make way for the emergency vehicles. But when we got out of the car, and because it was pitch black down here, we got out of the car, we could hear our alarm going off, and it was just destruction. A lot of people locally that have our backs, everybody downtown, and people like you guys that have our backs, and we're looking forward to rebuilding. I'm hoping 6, 7, 8 months. That may just be my wishes. We'll see how that goes, but I know that there are other people that are going to build back, and we just want to make sure that we're able to help the other people as well.